Hola estudiantes, soy Profe Marsha. Aquí tenemos el tema de present subjunctive. Present subjunctive is the present tense of subjunctive tense, and it's used to talk about situations of doubt, desire, emotions, necessity, or uncertainty. Conjugating the verb in the present subjunctive. So basically it focuses on the indicative form of the yo form of the verb. And the indicative form just means the present tense. So that's all they're talking about there. And then we're going to talk about the verbs. If they usually have a stem change in the present tense, then they usually have a stem change in the subjunctive tense as well. Aquí tenemos un ejemplo. So the present subjunctive, this is the formula that we use, is the yo form in the present indicative minus the O, not the zero, the O. So here's an example of present subjunctive sentence. So yo quiero, I want that tú tengas un buen día. So they're talking about tú tengas when they're talking about conjugating and using this formula that they have here. It's tú tengas is the one they're talking about. The one before the K, this K here, is conjugated in the normal form in the present tense. So, and then it has to be followed by K, and that means you're trying to influence the person that's coming after that. So this is the two forms. So I'm trying to influence you into having a good day. Hay unos ejemplos. So these are all examples of just some of your present tense. So these are just examples of how to conjugate them. And they are the yo forms. So this is the one I used, tener, to have. Then tengo is the yo form in the present tense. Then it becomes tenga. Okay. Poner is the same, follows the same rule. Pongo is the yo form in the present tense, and it becomes ponga. Hacer is the same thing, it's hago, becomes haga. And then on this next page, you just see the endings. So these are all the AR endings. So whatever the verb is, the AR ending is what we call the opposite ending of the ER. So it actually has the ER, IR endings. So all AR verbs have A, es, hemos, yes, and en. So in all ER and IR verbs have this ending. So it's a, as, ha, amos, ais, an. They just have the opposite ending. So normally an AR verb would have these endings. And then normally an ER, IR verb would have these endings in the present tense, except for the IR verb would have emos. Aquí hay otro ejemplo. So these are just conjugated. And again, this is the one I used. It's very common to use this one. Tenga, tengas, tenga, tengamos, tengais, tengan. This is an AR verb. They're just giving you an example here. Hable, hables, hable, hablemos, habláis, hablan, hablan, hablan. Very good. And then vivir here is hidden a little bit, but it's an IR verb, and they're all conjugated the same. And again, these come after the K. The conjugated verbs that we're talking about come after the K when you're doing the format. Estamos aquí, these are all the verbos para expresar emociones, and you should have gone through this. There's a Quizlet and the lunes and the Monday assignment that covers all of these verbs and how to pronounce them and such. And aquí tenemos ejemplos. So I gave you one example, and then in class we're doing these. We're going to do these in class. So aquí hay los ejemplos. So I want, so quiero that que you speak, tú hables. So here we got the hables con tu madre sobre el libro, to your mom about your book, about the book. And so go ahead, and we're going to stop right now here. And I'm going to let you go ahead and conjugate these. This is what we did in class. And the answers are on the next page. But please don't look at the answers, because you're not going to get any better at it until you've done all 5. And then you can always go back and change them. Gracias, que tengo un buen día. Let's see.